If we start with the good news, there's now just over 2,100 gigalitres of environmental water that didn't exist prior to the plan. So that's, I guess, major progress towards that overall 2,750 gigalitre target that the plan aims to return to the environment. The problem is, and when we get to the bad news, is that over the course of the life of that 10 years, the states and federal government have come to various arrangements to reduce, I guess, the real amount of water that is being returned to the environment in exchange for essentially credits that the states have taken out via projects. So there's 605 gigalitres of worth of these projects that act as kind of an offset by creating environmental outcomes similar to just recovering the water. And there's an additional 450 gigalitres of environmental water that was promised to South Australia to get it to sign onto the plan, only 5 gigalitres of which have been recovered to date.
So is that 2,100 figure a bit rubbery, or is that genuine saves?
That is water held in the accounts of the Commonwealth Environmental Water Holder, and most of that was recovered in the early days of the plan by buying water directly off farmers. So that's water that, is held by the Commonwealth Environmental Water Holder. It was used during the most recent drought to keep water flowing to important fish and bird breeding sites and to keep the river flowing all the way from Hume Dam down to the Murray mouth. So it has been working to improve environmental outcomes.
Right. So how do these projects fit into the plan?
The easiest way to think about it is by thinking about a wetland that lies in the bend of the river prior to the construction of all the locks and weirs that we have along the Murray River that regulate the height and flow rate of that. The wetland would have been inundated, lots of times over the course of a 4-year period. But since the construction of those locks, the natural inundation cycle has essentially collapsed. And what these projects do, one example is at the Naya Forest in northern Victoria, and there the Victorian government has said, if we build a pump on one side and some embankments and channels and levees throughout this wetland, we can pump water over the bank, inundate the wetland, achieve those environmental benefits of the inundation. And the alternative to that is having the Commonwealth Environmental Water Holder push enough of its water down the channel to get the water to rise over the bank. So the difference between that amount is essentially the credit that the Victorian government is hoping will count towards this water recovery target, the 605 gigalitres. And that is the essential nature of a lot of these projects.